Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Drama School Mumbai webinar series. Those who have been attending our webinars regularly, thank you so much. And those who have come here for the first time, these webinars are being recorded and are also available on our YouTube channel. This is the third webinar of the series we are doing. So if you want to view the previous webinars, please just check out the DSM YouTube channel. We will share the link with you in the chat box. A few things before we begin the session. Um, if you have any questions for the panelists, please put them down in the chat box. We have a Q&A round towards the end of the webinar for 20-25 minutes. So we'll take up all your questions during that round. And you can ask the questions in the language you're comfortable in. आप हिंदी में बात करना चाहते हैं तो हिंदी में भी बात कर सकते हैं. And I would also like to introduce Mansi Puggal, who is an alumnus of Drama School Mumbai. She's going to moderate the session today. She just graduated from DSM last year, and she's awaiting to pursue her further education in acting and theatre making. And she's been working as an actor for this 1 year. She's been working as an actor, as a teaching artist, and also a technical producer for various organizations. So welcome, Mansi. I'm really glad to have you here. The room is all yours, and you can begin the session.
Thank you so much, Shruti. That was lovely. I'm feeling good about myself. And a very warm welcome to everyone who's here in this Zoom room, and all our alumni members. We have Dheeraj Vadhwani, we have Mahita, we have Nitika Arora, and we have Archana Patel. And what I'm thinking today is that instead of traditionally introducing what you are up to, we'll dive straight into the conversation, because that's what this webinar is about exploring career paths after training from the Drama School Mumbai. But before I ask you what you're doing right now, let's start with what you thought you would be doing when you joined Drama School of Mumbai. What was your aspiration or your ambition that drove you to pursue training? Anybody can begin. It's open to all.
I'll go.
Yes, please.
All right. All right. So, like, my aspiration was and is still the same, and that is to be an actor. And I don't think anything will change it, or how many or whatsoever paths I walk on. But the end point is being an actor.
Okay, great. Mahita?
I've been on stage or an actor for as long as I remember. My first role, I think, being a tree when I was 3 years old or something like that. But as an adult, I've been an actor since 2008. And by 2016, which is the batch, the year when I joined DSM, I was quite tired of being an actor who waits for a director to say, here's a role that I think you'll be good for. And it's very frustrating to be the kind of actor who's waiting. So I think when I joined the DSM, my aim was to be someone who could create acting opportunities for myself by creating little pieces of theater. That's what I came into the DSM for, and lots of other things happened. But basically, that was what brought me to the DSM.
Okay, thank you for that. Archana?
Yeah. So I was an HR professional. I was into corporate training, but that was more so as an employee in an organization. उससे पहले, because during my school college days जो भी theater किया हुआ था, and after that I took a long break while I was working. I was pursuing a serious full-time job, right? So in 2013 when I learned about drama school, मैंने ऐवे ही सोचा कि let me just give it a shot. You know, अपनी market value तो check करूँ, मतलब कि for all these years I kept thinking that oh मेरा कुछ हो सकता था, but I was working. But when I gave the entrance exam for DSM, it was primarily to test where I stand. And then when I got selected, I thought this is it. Matlab, I must do it. And I somehow on day one of DSM when I joined in, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to mesh my corporate training experience with drama using theater. I didn't know where will both these fields marry each other at some point in time maybe, but I knew kuch to bana hi lenge. So with that intent I had joined DSM, and I'm happy I did
Wow.
that.
Yeah. Nitika?
I have a quote here in my background. I stuck it on my almirah. It's by Kurt Vonnegut, the American author, who says that to practice any art, no matter how well or how badly, is a way to make your soul grow. So do it. So I think this was partially one of the reasons. The other reason was I wanted to see myself in a Yash Chopra film, dancing in a chiffon sari in the Alps. But like jokes apart, there was a strong desire to see myself on the silver screen, जो कि अभी तक तो fulfill नहीं हुआ है. But nevertheless, a part of it was definitely to practice the art form in whatever little modest way I could. And I think that's what brought me to DSM initially. And then it kind of opened up in various, it unfolded in various ways for me. Some of which I want to share with you today.
But desire तो अभी भी जिंदा है ना silver screen में.
Absolutely.
Inshallah बहुत जल्द.
So Yash Chopra is gone, but Aditya Chopra is there. Karan Johar is there. So.
Yes. So like you said, things opened up. So could you just elaborate a little on what changed when you trained for drama school? So you came in with a certain idea, like Mahita, you also pointed out things opened up. So could you elaborate a little on what were those things? Were there any additions and additions to your aspiration once you trained rigorously?
See, the thing with DSM is that it doesn't teach you to just be an actor. There are so many other things that we do. We learn sound, we learn sets, we learn to write, we learn how to make business plans. And of course, there is the main part of it, which is acting. And I somehow decided that I was more interested in production, the production part of it. I mean, after years and years and years of being only an actor, now suddenly I decided, hey, I am going to get into production, and I did that. I helped to produce a couple of plays, and then I got into writing. And when this lockdown happened, all opportunities closed, right, for live theater. So after a little bit of gap where suddenly live performances had stopped, what next sort of kicked in. And at the DSM, if there's anything you learn at all, it is that if you fall or you fail, you get back on your feet and you try it again, or you try something new till you figure something out that works. I mean, I think all of us here will agree that whether we liked it or not, we've got our asses kicked and said, get back there and try something new and try it again and get it right. And that kind of thing is a little difficult to get out of your system after 1 year of doing that. So suddenly I discovered I could write. I could now, film videos, story videos, and I could find material from different sources. And I became a storyteller, a performer, and that led to other things, to hosting shows. And like Archana, I also used to do corporate training. I've been doing corporate training from the year 2000. And suddenly schools started asking me to teach with them. Somebody said, host a panel discussion. All sorts of things happened simply because of the ability to change direction, try something new, to get out there, to put yourself out there. People see you and offer you opportunities. And now suddenly I was brave enough to say, yeah, I'll take it, whether I was used to it or not. And I knew how to be good at that. So these are some of the things that happened after getting out of DSM. And yes, roles on screen, that also happened. So,
yes,
yeah.
Beautiful roles on screen.
I don't know about that, but yes, roles on screen.
I enjoyed them. So, okay. Archana, how was it for you? Did you finally find that balance between marrying the corporate and drama?
Yes. So because I had been an HR professional, I knew कॉर्पोरेट में क्या चाहिए था, राइट. इन DSM, थैंकफुली, बिकॉज आई न्यू कि मुझे अल्टीमेटली क्या करना है, the 2 years that I spent, the 1 year, 2 years, 1 year that I spent, while I was enjoying the process and while I was enjoying all the other aspects of theater making other than corporate theater, what really helped me was to remain focused कि मुझे ultimately ये करना है. So I would, extra मैं अपने notes बनाती थी कि जब कभी भी ऐसा कुछ project होगा तो this is what I'm going to be applying there. I don't know, maybe I was like a, too sharp a student or पता नहीं क्या. So my notes were always aligned towards how am I going to use this. And thankfully, so even before I completed my certification at DSM, I had already backed 2 corporate projects to work on, because, I was proactive enough in approaching these people कि देखो तुम्हारे यहाँ पे ये करवाना है, and I know how to get that done. So I knew what to do and how to do also. So that's how it helped me.
And was it easy? Because when I think of art, it's very open. There are infinite possibilities. It's like a huge liberal space. And when you think of corporate, there's a structure, there's a system, there's some sort of rigidity perhaps. So how was it easy to apply what you had learned in drama to corporates?
So it didn't take me too long to understand that this is, although we say that art is very free willy and, it's all open and wide and all of that, but sure, even then we had to follow a structure every Saturday. We had to follow a TML, a guideline, set of guidelines rather, to make sure that हम जो भी 5-7 मिनट का presentation बनाए, performance presentation बनाए. Corporate में भी हम, it's pretty much similar. मतलब, you get a set of instructions. Only thing is कि DSM की तरह कोई डंडा मार के ये नहीं कहता कि हफ्ते भर में रेडी करना है. यहाँ पे शायद हमको 2 हफ्ते का टाइम मिल जाता है. So yeah, it's not very different. Or maybe I was able to draw commonalities between them.
Okay. Nitika, how was it for you? Did you, along the road to the top of the mountain in a chiffon sari, what came along the way?
So when I left Delhi to do this 1-year course, I was already, I had worked in the development sector, in the NGO sector for about 7-8 years. And I was also part of a startup which does heritage walks across different monuments of Delhi. So I was into that storytelling and performing different historical characters in the monument live when we are taking our audience on a heritage tour of the place. When I came back after doing the course, the exposure that I got in DSM kind of helped me, I think, overall to enhance my engagement in the startup more. So I also started, delving into other aspects of what I was already doing in that startup of the heritage walks called Darvesh. And I also started writing on different topics that I had engaged with in the past. I also started seeing how theater in education and storytelling and history, heritage can be mixed together, and then how one can even reach out with this complete baggage to schools. And I was very fortunate that the moment I left Mumbai to come back to Delhi, I was offered a position in one of the schools that Theatre Professionals, which is like the parent body out of which DSM has come out, offered me a position to work in one of the schools that they were working in Delhi. So, and the position was to be a drama facilitator, and the focus was more not on creating productions where just children come and perform on stage, but more on process drama. How drama can be used as a tool to make the classroom teaching more interesting, more holistic. That was the approach. And that is something that I'm still continuing to do with another company. You know of that, Mansi, Joy of Drama. And so basically how the whole pedagogy can be changed, or not rather changed, but refined to make the class more engaging for any subject across the board. Because today as a facilitator or as a teaching artist or even as a teacher, you have to go beyond the chalk and talk methodology जो कि हमारे ज़माने में हुआ करती थी, that the teacher would come and just, it would be rather a one-sided, a top-down kind of an approach of teaching. Today, the child has access to everything online. So how do you make the classroom more engaging? And there is where drama comes in. So in one sense, my field has become a little focused around drama in education. And I've been able to put in my skills as an actor, as a performer, and as a theater maker. Everything has sort of come together for me under this role of being a teaching artist in the field of process drama for schools and with young adults as well. Mansi has frozen, I guess.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Now,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that, Nitika. Now coming to you, Dheeraj, your ambition is the same.
Yeah. You start again. चली गई ambition बोल के.
अब दिख रही हूँ वापस?
हाँ आ गई. But you're not pinned. But I can.
Yeah.
आ गई. हाँ.
ambition बोल के चली गई. मैं ये कह रही थी कि आपका जो ambition है, it's a laser focused one. You know, this is what I wanted to do before. This is what I wanted to do. Still want to do. Though along the way, though you said that there are different paths. So can you elaborate on the paths that you have taken and what are you up to right now?
Yeah, so मतलब मेरे साथ है ना ये हमेशा से रहा है, स्पेशली अगर एक्टिंग को लो तो डायरेक्ट दरवाजा नहीं खुलता है, मुझे हमेशा 2-4 दरवाजे खोल के जाना पड़ता है. तो फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे कॉलेज थिएटर में भी आई ऑडिशन एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, बट फॉर सम रीजन कुछ सेशनल्स वगैरह आते तो पहले मैंने बैकआउट कर दिया, दूसरी बार ऑडिशन नहीं क्लियर हुआ. तो टू गेट इनटू माय कॉलेज का थिएटर ग्रुप ऑल्सो आई हैड टू ज्वाइन एज कॉस्ट्यूम्स गाय, क्योंकि मैं सोच रहा था मैं अंदर घुस जाऊंगा, मैं देखूंगा और मैं कहीं पे, क्योंकि मूवीज देखी हुई थी ना और कहानी सुनी हुई थी, तो मैंने सोचा था कि कोई एक्टर कुछ लाइन वाइन भूल जाएगा तो मैं घुस जाऊंगा एंड देन आई विल गेट द पार्ट, ऐसा करके मैं घुसा था अंदर. बट फिर इवेंचुअली थोड़ा बहुत हुआ वैसा ही, तो उस मैं कॉस्ट्यूम्स के साथ घुसा था थिएटर में मेरे कॉलेज के, एंड देन आई गॉट इनटू स्ट्रीट प्लेज एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. तो अभी ड्रामा स्कूल के बाद भी मतलब डायरेक्ट उतना एक्टिंग का काम नहीं मिल रहा था, बट थैंक्स टू ड्रामा स्कूल कि हमने इतना सब कुछ सीखा था, लाइक लाइट्स और entrepreneurship and stuff. Lights majorly, matlab I can't imagine without drama school I would have done lights professionally in Bombay or in theater circuit, professional theater. But क्योंकि lights मुझे बहुत पसंद आता था स्कूल में भी जब सिखाते थे, and I used to take a lot of notes और बहुत ही enthusiastically वो मैं पढ़ता था. So I did quite a bit of lights after drama school, and that's how I got to associate with people. And once you are doing a play, may it be as an actor or lights or production or sets, you get to interact with people, you get to know more people, you get to know about their work, and you tell them about yourself. So usse bhi, work gets you more work. So I think so yeah, so other paths I mean I did a lot of lights. I handled Rang Shankara mein a show individually, which I'm proud of, like within an year after drama school. तो या सो लाइक तो लाइट्स भी करी, प्रोडक्शन भी किया, एंड आई थिंक आई हैव डन लाइक एक्टिंग तो करी जो थोड़े टाइम बाद मिली, बट और भी जितना सब कुछ सीखा था ड्रामा स्कूल में वो सब करना पड़ा. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई मेंट बाय डिफरेंट रोड्स, जो कि पॉसिबल हो पाए बिकॉज ऑफ ड्रामा स्कूल.
Okay. So I also want to come back to you, Nitika. You mentioned being a teaching artist. And when I think of teaching artists, हमारे सारे faculty members जो थे, they were teaching artists, right? They were teaching us and they were also actively working in the theater circuit, in the industry. So ऐसा, like for everyone, this is open to all. Do you have some direct link between the training that you took and the work that you're doing, or even an indirect link, like Mahita, you mentioned the ability to adapt quickly, or Archana, you mentioned the structure to actually just show up and do it. Jaisa hai kaisa hai bas karo, the things like that. So is there something that stayed with you? Is there something that you directly still apply to the work that you do?
I think if I can come in, I think what I really loved about drama school and something that stayed with me is a discipline. Like you had to be on time means you had to be on time. and not missing classes. So you can't take it easy over there. So that discipline really worked for me. And I think also what really worked for me was a process of reflection that was also encouraged. So we were asked to watch plays and then write about them, like write reflections or a review, and share that. Uh, and there were classes with Sukhita Iyer, at least in our batch, I remember, where we were made to write stuff, and then she would look through it and then give us suggestions to improve on it. So somewhere that reflection process that has kind of थोड़ा system में embed हुआ है, that has always helped me कि whatever I'm doing, then you just step back and you see आप क्या कर रहे हो, कैसे कर रहे हो, whether this is something that I want to do or I don't want to do, I'm liking it, I'm not liking it, what mistakes I'm making, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses. So all these basic attitudinal शिफ्ट्स कहें या कि कुछ सिस्टम में कुछ ये आदतें इम्बेड करी गई डीएसएम के द्वारा, which have I think have been helpful, which sound very small, ordinary. When we were doing it also, we wouldn't really appreciate that much. इतना नहीं करते थे कि क्या है, this and that. But over a period of time, कर करके, and another thing is the body. वर्किंग बॉडी को एक अच्छे फंक्शनल इंस्ट्रूमेंट की तरह रखना. And for me, it also became important because I was the eldest in my batch. When I joined DSM, I was 35. The others were 22, 24. इस तरह का age group था. So for me, suddenly every morning working on the body, and then throughout the day also, we were generally not sitting. Every class had some or the other stuff that kept us on our feet and going. So initially it used to be very tiring and challenging for me. But over a period of time, I also realized the importance of keeping the instrument fine-tuned, whether vocally or otherwise, keeping it in shape, keeping the stamina, because that is all very basic. If you really want to even pull a show of 45 minutes to 1 hour on stage, you really need to be in shape and have a lot of stamina to carry it. So all those things really worked for me.
Anyone else?
I agree with what Nitika said about the body. You really take away practices or a routine, a set of things that you can do to keep yourself in good shape. And this goes far beyond just doing exercises to keep yourself in shape. You understand how to use your body for the best effect. And for someone like me, who does not have the normal physical abilities, and I struggle with a lot of other issues, I have my doctors saying, with all of this, how are you still able to do what you're able to do? And I tell them it's drama school training. We learn how to use our bodies with minimum effort, maximum result. So these are things that you take away. They're also things for life, not only for your art, it's also for you personally and to use to see you through every day. And these are very, very valuable skills. You're in tune with what is happening within you, without you. And then you start to realize, even before it manifests physically, what is going on and what you can do about it. And I think that's a great, that's something really amazing that we can take away. And yeah, it's not got anything to do with acting, but it's a fantastic life tool.
That's true. I think I feel like personally that everybody should go through a theatre training module irrespective of their career goal. They should. It's just, as a human, it improves you, and you, like you said, you're equipped with a lot of life skills. Dheeraj, Archana, yeah.
Yeah. So जब मतलब even as an actor, जब आपके हाथ में वो letter नहीं, sorry, paper आता है of the script, how to comprehend things that are written in there as dialogues into brackets, that letter, that one pager could be a dialogue, a script, or could be a brief that I have gotten from a corporate entity, a corporate client. How to really comprehend that, break that in no time. That is something again that that comes from our training in drama school. वो हमें चिट्ठी दे देते थे मंडे को ये करना है, अब करो, figure it out yourself टाइप की चीज. But of course, having said that, वहाँ पे टाइम होता था. But I feel other than things that Nitika and Mahita have spoken about, discipline and things like that, in addition to that, I feel is that how to comprehend the script is something that I've learned here.
Dheeraj, do you have anything?
Yeah, so like, of course, like what Nitika said and what Mahita said about discipline and stuff like that has always helped me, not with like my professional life, but with my personal life as well. But with the offbeat circuit, I like to mention something about that. So, in drama school, we were always being told by everyone that try new things and don't fear to fail and stuff like that, So with offbeat circuit, like usually I have a lot of ideas, and usme se, like if I have 10 ideas, usme se 9 are like कि नहीं यार ये work नहीं करेगा, नाम खराब हो जाएगा, then they would not believe in the name of the brand which I'm trying to create and stuff like that. But then some part of me inside says that just try it. Although I kind of figure out the ways where the risk is minimal, but I do try it so to see if it's working or not. And like most of the time, like 99% of the times I've seen like something which I tried, जिसको मैं पहले सोच रहा था कि नहीं करना चाहिए, has worked, and then I've developed on that. So this thing has stayed with me. Ki try, don't fear, and entrepreneurship is all about trying and not saying. So that is something that, of course, in entrepreneurship classes in drama school Mumbai also this was said, but हमारी acting classes में भी ये बोला जाता था, try, don't think, you will fail, उससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं होगा. So I think that particular aspect of arts, of acting, merges beautifully with business tools and entrepreneurship skills too.
Again, since you mentioned offbeat circuit, I want to know about the support you must have got from the DSM network, because I've seen you've invited Mahesh Dattani sir, Adarsh Gaurav, Niketan Sharma. These are DSM faculty members or alumni members. So how easy was it to set that strand of your career with the support from DSM?
Very easy. Very easy. Had I have not been to drama school Mumbai, और ये आइडिया मेरे पास फिर भी होता, वैसे like genuinely the idea of offbeat circuit was way before drama school Mumbai, while I was preparing for NSD and FTII. So I remember learning about cinemas and stuff like that. So I was reading about offbeat cinemas, and then I was reading about something with set circuit, and I kind of clubbed those things in my head, and that's how offbeat circuit was born. But after drama school happened, and I know that I have access to all these amazing people, the idea to implement it so quickly as soon as lockdown happened, wo kahin na kahin in my subconscious was because I know that I have access to all these people. So of course, agar drama school Mumbai nahi hota, so I don't know how would I have been able to build it. Kyunki initial stages pe to everyone I invited was mostly from drama school, or I approached a teacher from drama school Mumbai who helped me approach someone. So it is all drama school Mumbai ki big wall standing behind offbeat circuit.
That's really great to know, like to get that sort of encouragement. It makes things easier, I think. Yeah. Coming to you, Mahita, I have a very, I'm curious to know. So we, as actors, we were told that our major objective is to tell the story, to tell the story, to tell the story. So I want to know from you, what is the distinction, and if there is any, between an actor and a storyteller? And because I don't know, where do they merge and how are they different? And what have you been up to in the field of storytelling?
Okay, the thing that comes to my mind straight away is that, when you're preparing a piece for stage or even for the screen, you're always told, find the truth in it. Find the truth of in the characters' lives, find the truth of the piece. And for a long time, this didn't make sense to me. What is this truth business that everyone is talking about? I see it this way. And then somebody would be like, no, you're acting something out. What is the truth of this? And honestly, it took me a lot of time to figure that one out. And sometimes I still struggle with it, of course. And the thing with storytelling is that it's not just about writing and telling a story. Storytelling, what I do now, and I pick stories from mythology a lot, but if you see my mythology stories, they're not like the stories that your grandmother would have told you. It's presented in a very contemporary way. And I spend many days lying on my back, looking at the ceiling, trying to figure out what is the truth in these incidents, in these characters, in these patterns and these dots. How am I going to connect it? And it's the same thing when you're plotting a character for stage and when you're plotting a storyline. This is a very important thing. So once I get that, once I get the truth of the characters that's in the character's heart, then it's easy to write. That's part one. And when it comes to performing it, I cannot sit there and tell you somebody else's story. It becomes my story. The story I'm telling becomes my story. Those emotions become my emotions. It's almost like you're channeling this through you. And that shows, that different shows between some, I think, honestly, because I've heard it from a lot of others, that theater training helps even, dramatically with storytelling. When you look at storytellers out there who have had theater training, and I'm not talking about just me, you will see this difference. It's a performance. It's not just a narrative. It's a performance. And it's a performance that has truth in it. So yeah, I'm done, I think, with that.
And that was very insightful. I was just curious to know because I was like, okay, this seems interesting. Okay, so I also have a question. Everyone is doing multiple things. It's not just one thing that you are freelancing. We know that once we get into the arts or once we get into the industry, it's going to be a freelance thing. You may find work, you may not find work. So does it make it easier to survive because you have so many options available and because you're doing multiple things?
Who is this question for?
For anybody who wants to take it, because everyone is doing multiple things. Yeah.
Well, I think it's a very tricky question, and it has always worried me a lot personally, because for example, as I mentioned earlier about doing a lot of lights and stuff like that, so I was very worried. मेरे अंदर ये बार बार thought आता था कि ऐसा नहीं कि थिएटर सर्किट वाले ये सोचने लगे कि अच्छा धीरज वर्धन लाइट्स वाला बंदा, so then मेरा एक्टर बनने का जो मेन एम है वो तो लात पड़ जाएगी उसको. So this is something which and it's specifically when you're doing lights or production or stuff like that. But then gradually after doing a lot of work and after speaking to a lot of people, it is usually कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. You just grab opportunity if you think that it's right for you. If you genuinely have no work right now and if you see nothing in the pipeline, then just go for anything that you get a chance to do, क्योंकि वहां से you don't know, you may find someone who will give you another work which would be acting or anything that you are wanting to do. And yeah, and I think freelancing and doing multiple jobs is very necessary, especially when you are choosing to be an actor or you're looking for career options after theater training, because हमेशा नहीं रहता है acting का काम. मतलब बड़े बड़े established actors also sit and wait for the call for their next project. So who are we? So yeah, so I think freelancing is very important, and it's up to you to manage, and it's up to you, and you should be very intelligent about choosing what parts or what freelancing jobs you choose, and will they help you eventually in your long-term goals or not. Because I did a few jobs जो मैंने सोचा ये मेरे को नहीं करनी चाहिए थी बिल्कुल, it affected me psychologically also, and it didn't really help me anything. So yeah, it's very important to think about it and then choose, but you have to do freelancing, a lot of freelancing.
Does anyone else want to add in?
there are some questions in the chat. Are we also
Yeah,
addressing
we'll
them?
pick them up in just 5 minutes.
I think in my case, for me, after DSM, I didn't enjoy staying that much in Mumbai. I'm from Delhi, so somehow वहाँ पे मुझे I was not kind of gelling with the city and just didn't feel like. So I was able to, after a little, I took about 6 months, but then I was able to put aside this uh, kind of call for becoming a mainstream actor because मुझे अभी वो ना तो वो रास्ते दिख रहे थे ना तरीके समझ आ रहे थे. So I was able to put that after a bit of contemplation, put that thing aside and then decided that whatever is coming my way and what is easily coming to me, the opportunities, why not first take them and explore them as well? And then anytime I can always come back and, restart the process of looking for work as an actor auditioning because whatever little auditions I gave during those 6 months after DSM, tab kuch click nahi ho raha tha. So as Dheeraj said, being intelligent about अगर एक certain period of time में आपके लिए उस field में चीजें click नहीं हो रही हैं, then not to get disheartened by it and rather take other routes to approach it, or because you've been given in DSM a plethora of experiences, so you can experiment doing certain other things before you come back to the other calling, which could be mainstream acting or whatever. It could be anything else. For me, it culminated in working with schools, working with children, um, bringing my even working with NGOs. So I had a background in development sector, and then I was also performing pre-DSM also because I was very active in my College Dramatic Society, and then I worked with several theatre groups in Delhi. And then also thinking about what new can I create, creating a new project for myself, work for myself from the scratch, bringing in all the things that are there on my plate together, bringing in all my skills together. So I remember working in a project where I used my training as a performer and as a storyteller in training women from underprivileged background. A national level NGO works in Delhi with women across slum communities in Delhi. And the idea is how through storytelling, and specifically how through storytelling of the past, how can we engage them with stories from our history, powerful stories of women in our history. How can we bring these stories to these women and use this as a platform to empower them, and then even empower them to tell their own stories, what they call as counter storytelling. So if the mainstream narrative about you or your community or the area that you reside in is very negative, how can you alter that? So how can you first empower these women in believing in themselves through engaging with storytelling from our history about women in our past, and then also giving them tools of storytelling which they can now use to change the narrative about their community. It could be a woman living in Dharavi, or let's say in a slum in Silampur in Delhi. So how can they alter their own story and the story about their community? So, and this was a project that we kind of created from scratch. So as Archana was saying, we were given a task in DSM on a Monday that on a Saturday we want to see a piece on this theme. And also a very interesting aspect of that theater making lab was that you were paired with any of your classmates, and over a period of time you worked with almost all your classmates. And to be very frank, सबके साथ आपका gel नहीं होता है, and we are all very egoistic about our idea, my idea, my story. So then just putting yourself a little niche and trying to understand the other person's perspective and trying to work as a team, collaborative way mein kuch karna, all these little skills also later on feed into your personality when you have to collaborate on bigger projects with all kinds of people जिनके साथ हो सकता है आपका पर्सनालिटी, आपका ईगो match na kare, clashes ho, but your focus is to create something within a deadline, create a project or whatever. So all those skills also is something that drama really, you know, teaches you. So yeah.
Thank you for that, Nitika. I am now going to be moving on to the questions that we have from the audience. So Vivek has put a question in the chat box. He's saying, will acting for screen be a subset of this course or something one has to dig deeper on their own? And as a follow-up, he's asked, is there a difference between performing for theater and screen? So Archana, you mentioned you worked on a few films. Mahita, you've done some screen work. Would you like to take it up?
Sure. So fundamentally, your preparation part still remains the same, whether you're preparing for a part to be played on screen or on stage. As your pre-work, I think remains the same. उसके बाद तो मीडियम की बात आती है कि कैमरा को आप कैसे फेस करना सीखते हो या नहीं सीखते, राइट? तो सो थिएटर के लिए आप बहुत बड़ा कुछ करते हो, कैमरा के लिए बहुत छोटा करते हो, you know, that's and honestly, yes, at DSM they don't, at least we weren't taught how to act in front of camera because it was a theater making school, right? It was a drama school. But sure, it didn't really take too long for me to figure that out कि how different is it going to be for camera. And honestly speaking, ये Zoom पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं? कैमरा के सामने ही तो एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं ना, मतलब ऐसे तो हम घर पे होते भी नहीं हैं. This is what we are doing. We are acting in front of camera, technically speaking. So, right? So, yeah. So this training will definitely help you, Vivek, to be able to prepare for becoming a better actor and prepare for your character well.
Mahita, would you like to add something?
I'd like to, validate whatever Archana has said, that when it comes to theater, we are acting for the last person in the last row to be able to hear and understand us. So we have to be many, many times larger than life. Whereas on screen, if you think something, that thought reflects in your eyes, that thought reflects in the muscles of your face, in your body language. And if you're not used to it in the beginning, you can be really loud on screen. And I think you need to see yourself on screen before you can understand how to calibrate your acting. And when you have theater training, you learn like this, how to calibrate your acting, how to go big and how to go small. Now, that is one of the differences. The similarity, of course, being like what Archana said, getting to the heart of the character. That is the same, whichever medium you're working at. The other thing is the technical aspect where, you have to figure out the frame and can you see the camera? Can the camera see you? Those kind of things. And I was fortunate enough that on my second day of being on set, we had a lot of free time and the lead actor sat me down and said, you're new to screen acting, right? And I was like, yes. And he said, okay, let me talk to you about this. And with his 20 odd years of experience, he was like, can you see the camera? If you can't see the camera can't see you. And we had dialogues like this. Now, somebody teaches you how you pick it up very quickly. And again, your training teaches you to observe. And when you observe, you pick up things very quickly. So yes, there is a difference. Can you learn how to bridge this gap without actual training in how to act for screen? Yes, you can, because theater training equips you with a huge variety and range of skills. I'm done.
Thank you for answering that. We have another question from Meghna. She wants to know, how and when did you land your first job as an actor after drama school? And how did the training at drama school help you do that?
So I'll go. So basically like one of the biggest, like there are many questions which are in the chat box, and I think sabka ek common answer hai ki there is one of the biggest unsaid benefits of not just drama school Mumbai but any drama school is that you build a huge, you become a part of huge community which comprises of teachers and alumni. And I think drama school Mumbai में वो थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा फायदेमंद है because the faculties, those like जो faculty आपको पढ़ा रही है वो बाहर बॉम्बे में काम भी कर रही है. So you know a lot of people, and if they are making some new work, you get to know. आपसे मिस नहीं होगा ऐसे, अगर आप नहीं जानते हो उनको तो मे बी आपसे मिस हो जाएगा कि फॉयज़े ये प्ले बना रही है या कोई ये प्ले बना रहा है, बट इफ यू आर अ पार्ट ऑफ ड्रामा स्कूल मुंबई कम्युनिटी यू गेट टू नो दैट. तो मेरे लाइक आई एंडेड माय कोर्स एंड एज पार्ट ऑफ इंटर्नशिप जो ड्रामा स्कूल के एंड में आपको करनी पड़ती है, तो अब वो इंटर्नशिप ढूंढने के लिए भी यू अप्लाई टू प्लेसेस एंड यू नो यू काइंड ऑफ आर बेसिकली अप्लाइंग फॉर जॉब्स, जो कि आप इंटर्नशिप खत्म होने के बाद बाकी जॉब्स के लिए भी वही प्रोसेस फॉलो करोगे, यू नो अप्रोचिंग पीपल, टेलिंग देम दैट यू आर मेकिंग दिस, कैन आई बी अ पार्ट ऑफ इट. तो एक तो वो बहुत फायदेमंद रहता है इंटर्नशिप वाला जो एक प्रोसीजर होता है ड्रामा स्कूल में. बाकी माय फर्स्ट जॉब, सो राइट आफ्टर ड्रामा स्कूल, one of the alumni from drama school was collaborating with Atul Kumar of the theatre company to make a play. And since he saw me and few of other my batchmates performing in college and इधर उधर हम बातें होती हैं अलग अलग events में, आप दूसरे plays देखने जाते हो, तो उस तरह से I landed up my first job. So basically I just needed the community part got me my first job, and I think most of the people do get their first jobs and many more jobs after the first job also because of the community they are in, because of the circuit or the drama school family they are in. And it's not just for drama school, sabhi ka hota hai, but drama school ka zyada fayda hota hai, aisa mujhe lagta hai.
Thank you for that honest answer. Archana, how did you land your first job as an actor?
So I तो went full throttle even during drama school. Internship करनी थी, एक पेपर लिखना था, एक मैंने अप्लाई कर दिया 7 लोगों के पास, ठीक है, बिकॉज माई माउथ वॉज रियली वाटरिंग कि ओ माई गॉड देर आर सो मेनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज अराउंड. So because I had an access to Gujarati theatre because I speak the language, I had an access to Marathi theatre again because I speak the language. So I pretty much wrote to everyone stating कि मैं drama school, and drama school तो तभी जब शुरू हुआ था, तो not many people also knew about it, right? तो और I don't know how am I sounding if I'm saying this, but most people thought that this is some very fancy drama school जहाँ पे लोग बहुत अच्छी English में लिखते हैं करके. So I really got, but yeah, people were sweet enough to allow me to intern with them. And क्योंकि मैंने लिखा था, and people, you know, some people were also kind enough in accepting my application. अब it was up to me कि मैं कितना इसको ज़्यादा, you know, leverage करती हूँ. So to be able to really milk the opportunity, I worked with like 4 different people on 4 different projects with them while I was interning. So जैसे धीरज बता रहे थे कि you know दरवाजे खुलते गए, I was able to access all these places, and उनमें से कहीं मुझे एक opportunity मिली. And something really nice happened soon after drama school was, हम 3 लोग थे हमारे बैच से, हमने एक कंपटीशन के लिए अप्लाई किया, मतलब theatre making competition. In 48 hours we had to come up with a play, like a full you know 15-20 minute play performance. और TML की आदत थी, हफ्ते भर में प्रिपेयर करने की आदत थी, यहाँ तो 2 कंटिन्यूस दिन मिल रहे थे. तो we applied for it, we participated in it, and we won the competition. So फिर हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल जो था वो यहाँ से यहाँ कहीं पे आ गया, एंड फिर लगा कि कर सकते हैं. So that's how we formed our company, and we started creating work for ourselves through that company initially. So yeah, we hired ourselves in that case.
That's the best way, right?
Yeah.
Create work for yourself, don't depend on anyone.
Yes.
Mahita, Nitika, how did you land your first job as an actor?
I think for me also, one was as a teaching artist. So as I told you earlier, with theatre professional, I started working part-time in a school in Delhi. As an actor, I think the confidence that the institution instilled in me, the 1-year training, I was able to create a piece with my own other 2 friends. We created a piece, a mythology-based piece on Ravan called Ravula, and we performed it here in Delhi in Sabda Studio. So वो पूरा scratch से हमने उस performance को build किया. So that was the first time that I was doing something which was self-created, you know, and it was a devised piece. So उसको पूरा खुद से लिखना, direct करना, perform करना. I didn't have that kind of confidence in myself before this training. So I think that's how it helped me.
I'm not from Bombay. So when I finished the DSM program, I left to go back to Chennai. And I was away for a year. And then I decided, no, I need to be back in Bombay simply to experience theater. I had absolutely no intentions of acting on screen. It was not something that was even remotely on my radar. There was no desire to do that at all. I moved back to Bombay and I got a call from somebody saying, I believe you're an actor, which I was shocked by that call because I'm from Chennai. I'm not from Bombay. And I don't know anybody in Bombay in any of the acting circles. So my question was, how do you know I'm an actor and who gave you my number? So he said, that doesn't matter. Come and audition for a role in a web series. And I'm like, what web series? I've never acted for screen. I've never even given a screen audition. And he said, it doesn't matter. You're an actor, right? And I said, yes, I'm an actor trained at the DSM. So he said, you're a DSM trained actor and you're hesitating to give an audition because you've not done this before. And I think somewhere it struck me that, oh my God, the reputation of my school is on the line. And I said, okay, sure, I'll do it. So it was my first ever screen audition that I went for. Did the role as, I did the audition, very, very nervous. I got it. And this was for a role in Sacred Games. So I still don't know how somebody got my number, but if they knew I was an actor, it was because of DSM. There was no other way that anybody could have known there is an actor, a South Indian actor by this name. So coincidence, which had its roots in my course at the DSM. That's the only thing I can say. So I got through with my first audition. I got a role in Sacred Games. Did this mean that people were knocking at my door afterwards saying, come, be in our thing? No, that's not how it works. If you give 100 auditions, you probably will get somebody looking at you for one. But that stroke of luck was my the way I landed my first role.
Thank you for sharing that, Mahita. We have a question from Sunny in the chat box. And basically what he's trying to ask is that we're here at drama school to learn and to train to become better actors, but naturally there is an audition process that is involved. So how helpful would an acting experience before it? Is it necessary to have some sort of acting background, or can complete non-actors also audition and get into drama school?
I think how the way he has formulated that question is really like genuine and very, it brought a smile on my face. So it says that I want to learn acting, but how do I audition for acting before learning it? But yeah, sure. If you want to learn acting, I'm sure, Sunny, ki तेरे अंदर वो acting का कीड़ा है, of course, बचपन से, and you have tried doing that. Maybe in front of the mirror या स्कूल में या कहीं पे तो करा हुआ है. That's why ऐसा नहीं है कि एक दिन उठ करके तूने सोचा कि यार अब एक्टर बनना है and then you want to apply for the course. I'm sure कि वैसा नहीं है. So I think you like just apply, just fill in the application form. The school will send you monologues, read them several times, थोड़ी सी research करो and then just come for the audition. क्योंकि हमारी बैच में बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे भी थे जिनको कुछ भी एक्टिंग एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था, और बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे थे जो बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग एक्टिंग एक्सपीरियंस के साथ आ रहे थे, कॉलेज थिएटर या फिर स्कूल थिएटर, और बहुत सारा थिएटर करके आ रहे थे, और कुछ लोग ऐसे थे जो बिल्कुल भी नहीं कर रहे थे, एंड दे स्टिल landed a seat in drama school Mumbai. So it's just your desire and just your passion, and just apply and audition.
ऑल्सो सनी, मैंने ये कहीं तो सुना था या शायद मैं इमेजिन कर रही हूँ कि यू नो DSM की जो ऑडिशन होती है फॉर एंट्रेंस वाली ऑडिशन जो होती है, इट इज नॉट टू सी कि तुम कितनी अच्छी तरह एक्टिंग कर लेते हो, वो तो वो सिखाएंगे ना. ऑडिशन तो इसीलिए होती है टू सी कि क्या आप में सीखने की एबिलिटी है या नहीं, हाउ फार आर यू रेडी टू लर्न, यू नो. सो दैट इज ऑल why I think, a lot of things happen in terms of entrance rounds, man. So don't fear audition for DSM at least. Just go for it. Yeah.
Thank you, Archana. We also have a question from Mayuri. She's asking, how has the DSM training helped you to take that first step in creating something on your own without fear? Also, how did it help you to adapt some new skills, be in the process, and work on yourself after the course was over?
Let me jump in and answer the first part of that question. The DSM doesn't give you a choice. Every week we have to do something new. And we don't work individually while doing this. We work as part of a team. And if you are afraid, you let not yourself down, but you let your team down. And somebody's going to kick your ass at the end of it. So you better pull your socks up, you better be part of the team, and you better do it. And you do that throughout the year, every week. Every week you do that. So you don't fear new things. By the time you get out of the DSM, you're a pro at doing new things.
Thank you for that, Mahita. Does anyone also want to take up the second part or add on to this?
What is the second part?
Second part is also, how did it help you to adapt some new skills, be in the process, and work on yourself after the DSM course?
So like first wale ka to the only answer is what Mahita said, ki after doing TMLs for every week, you don't fear trying new things. And the second part is, how do you work on yourself after DSM? So I think that's the most difficult part. Although you have the tools जो DSM ने दिए हुए हैं आपको, such as जब आप physical conditioning करते हो, so you have a routine of some exercises that you can also practice after DSM. You have a vocal routine, you have a voice routine. तो वो सब है आपके पास DSM की तरफ से, जो कि बहुत ही beneficial और बहुत ही useful है. But I think for me, what is difficult is to maintain the discipline. I think that's the toughest job of being in arts or being an actor, is to maintain the discipline. So वो discipline तो obviously आपकी motivation और आपकी dedication से ही आएगा. DSM will instill it in you for a year, जहाँ पे आप देखोगे कि discipline रहने का क्या फायदा है. But because I also myself slack a lot of times, so I know I can see the difference when I'm not disciplined and when I am. I can see the difference in me, in my body, in my voice, when I'm practicing doing my voice routine. So yeah, so all the tools you have, for sure, I can guarantee you, after your course at DSM, you have a lot of tools for you, even after the course, which if you practice regularly, you will only grow as a performer, as an actor. But it requires discipline, and that is up to you.
I think after an entire year of instilling discipline, automatically ho jata hai school ke baad bhi. It becomes a habit after that. No, Mahita, don't make that face.
Even if it doesn't become a habit, at least वो guilt रहता है. यार कितना मेहनत करते थे, क्या क्या करते थे बॉडी पे, वॉइस पे, अब नहीं करते हैं. Shame on you, do it. So वो एक, Jihan comes and sits in your head permanently. His voice is there.
Okay, so we have one last question from Divya Gaurav. Hello, my question is for Mahita. What does it mean to find the truth? Is it a form of empathy with the character that we connect with? Yeah.
I think to find the truth is to go deep into what do they really want. They're doing something. There are certain actions that are being performed, either that they do to themselves or to others. But why? What do they actually want? And finding that is not a very simple thing. And I think you need to spend a lot of time thinking about it and exploring different things before you can get the answer. And if you can get to what they want and why they are doing what they're doing, then cracking the character and putting in different little traits can become far easier. Now, this is something that Dheeraj will be able to give you a far better answer than I can. He does workshops with Mahesh Dattani. And one of the things that Mahesh always talks about is finding the truth of the character. Doesn't he, Dheeraj? He talks about what you want and how to get what you want. I think I will pass this on. I'll pass the ball on to Dheeraj so he can add on to what I have just said.
Correct. So, but like Mahita, when you earlier mentioned about the truth in the performance and stuff like that, so I wrote that, like I wrote truth and I underlined that because like बहुत सारी terms है acting में जो हम बहुत बार सुनते हैं and still we are not 100% clear about those. You know, when you perform different number of times, for example, I know I performed in college once. It was my final year production performance. And after the play, it took me a while to come out of this performance. और वैसा मेरे साथ बहुत कम हुआ है. I know कि उस समय मैं जिस space में था, that was the truth of my character. And it's not कि आपने एक बार वो truth find कर लिया, आप हमेशा उसको find कर सको. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि हर performance में आपको मिल जाएगा. So it varies really, और हर character के साथ there is a different process to find the truth. But yes, being empathetic to the character definitely helps you every time. And since Mahita also mentioned Mahesh sir, so Mahesh sir talks about being in present tense, like the workshop which we organized with Mahesh sir on Offbeat Circuit was named present tense. So if you try to be in present tense, और जो ड्रामा स्कूल मुंबई भी बोलता है be here right now, being in the moment and awareness of the moment, and you know, leaving your shit outside the stage when you step on the stage. So all of it is one thing, is to listen. Like everything boils down to one thing, is to listen. When you're on the stage, you're not thinking about anything else but to listen to your co-actor. And there's a very wonderful quote that half of the acting is done when you're only listening to your co-actor. So I think listening helps being in the moment, and that in turn helps to find out the truth of the person, of the character, or of the performance as a whole. So I think that is what I could add to it from my experience. Yeah, I hope Mahita, you agree to what I said.
Of course, I agree. And like you said, sometimes you are taken by surprise because you're so much in the moment and you're interacting with the want of the other actor that, you know, it's a discovery moment and you're surprised by what your character is trying to say. So you're absolutely right about that. And the reason why I brought up Mahesh Dattani is that he was also one of the faculty of the DSM. So we have a lot of people like this who are theater practitioners, directors, writers who are part of the DSM. And they're a wonderful, truly wonderful resource for anyone. And the thing is, they are available to you even afterwards if you want to get in touch with them and ask something, or, you know, they're always available. They're all wonderful people, and I'm truly honored to have worked with them.
Thank you, Mahita and Dheeraj, for answering this question. It's been really informative. There's one thing I need to ask. Don't you think it's always a challenge to find the truth then? I think a certain level of maturity and literary expertise would be required in order to seek out the whys in each and every character. And I think that's something that can only come with time, and it would be challenging almost each and every time. One can never be like, oh, I am very good at finding whys or something like that. Can such a thing happen after enough practice? You're on mute, Mahita. I didn't get you.
I think I nodded very vigorously, which would have given the answer. Yes,
Oh,
very young. How do you find the truth in what a character wants? I think it comes with observing a lot of actors, watching a lot of good plays, watching a lot of movies, trying to analyze why a certain actor has done what they have done and how effective it has been. All learning does not have to be personal. You can learn through other people's work also. And you need to watch good performances. You need to read good books, not just contemporary, but also go back. And that's the only way, vicariously, you can pick up things that, and you know, let me tell you, it's not that, you know, I'm the most fantastic or the most experienced actor, but if you sit with Meryl Streep today and ask, she will tell you the same thing, that she struggles to find the truth. Every actor does, no matter how experienced. Amitabh Bachchan probably will tell you the same thing. So finding the truth of a character is not simple. Not for you, not for me, not for anyone who's got even 100 years experience. It doesn't work like that. But we can try.
Yeah, and but of course, like you also mentioned somewhere in your question, ki life ke experiences would definitely help you a bit in finding in finding the truth or a layer to your character, because you have seen enough of the life. या आपने क्योंकि जितना ज़्यादा आप जियोगे, you will explore more about relationships, you will explore more about different aspects of your life, and कोई भी experience हो, just like as an actor, this is a small exercise which I follow really. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जब कभी जैसे मेरे हाथ में मोबाइल रहता है, और कई बार होता है, आई एम श्योर ये सबके साथ हुआ होगा, कि हाथ में मोबाइल है बट एकदम से हम लोग डर जाते हैं क्योंकि फोन में जेब में मोबाइल नहीं मिलता है हमको, और फिर एकदम से रियलाइज होता है, वो शिट, ये तो मेरे हाथ में था, राइट? तो वो ये एक बहुत छोटी सी चीज है, बट इफ यू आर आस्क्ड टू रिक्रिएट दिस ऑन स्टेज, इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. फिर वो ऐसा लगता है कि यार हम फेक कर रहे हैं. बट यू नो, एट दैट पर्टिकुलर इंस्टेंस, व्हेन दैट हैपेंस टू यू, 2 सेकंड रुको, जस्ट उसको रिवाइंड करो अपने दिमाग में कि क्या हुआ एंड व्हाट इज द इमोशन दैट यू एक्सपीरियंस्ड, एंड जस्ट कीप इट इन योर इमोशनल लाइब्रेरी. So what I'm meaning to say is कि life के experiences definitely help you a lot with all of this.
I see. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Mahita, since you mentioned Mr. Bachchan, there's a...
Mansi, you are not audible.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. I was just adding on to Mahita's point. Since you mentioned Mr. Bachchan, there's a very famous quote. He says, "I worked 3 years for a movie that is 3 hours long, just so that I can find 3 moments of truth in it."
Wow. Amazing.
Okay, I know we are beyond time, but we have 2 more questions. Is it okay if I take them up? Okay.
Go ahead.
So we have a question. What advice would you give to people in regards to their personal finances before setting out for a career in acting, given that it's not guaranteed that you'll always have work? Any advice on personal finances?
I think it depends a lot more on, you know, आप अपनी life के at what stage are you considering to pursue this? Are you a fresh pass out from a college, or are you a working professional like me? I was, I quit my job when I was already 13 years into my service, right? So at what stage of your life are you looking at? Wahan pe there, that is where you need to. Sorry, I have, okay. So yeah, what stage of your life are you in? If you could tell us, maybe one of us will have some thoughts on that.
Can I just say something here?
Sure.
Add on to what Archana said. Yes, it depends on what stage of your life you're at and how much money you have saved. Being an actor is a job that keeps you poor if you're just going to be an actor. I would like to say that if you come out of when you come out of the DSM, you're equipped with many skills, the ability to do many jobs. And I would like to tell you this, don't be snobbish. Don't say I am a trained actor. I will only do good theater as per your definition, the definition of good, or I will only do a meaningful role in on screen because I don't want to be associated with anything else. No, do whatever comes your way so that you can make the money that allows you to choose to do the things that are really special. You have to find a way to make the money by employing all of your skills, by taking roles that may not please your heart and say, oh, I'm going to tell my grandchildren, I did this, look at me. Forget all of that. Do whatever you need to make the money so you can coast till you come to that one important thing. Don't be snobbish. That's the only thing that I think is very, very important.
And the beauty of, I'm sorry, I'll just add.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the beauty of studying at DSM is that you would have practically experienced everything about theater making, about life, I would say. You know, in the sense that right from like pen to piano, तुमको सब पता है कि क्या क्या किया जा सकता है. Now it could be your ego that might not help you to pursue a certain thing, just because, like she said, just because you think that, oh, I am an actor, I am a certified actor and I can't do this. मेरा सर घूम गया जब मुझे पता चला कि मुझे ये एक्टिंग करनी है. Now आप trained हो, right? So and not just in acting, there are so many other things that you can also do. Like Dheeraj said that he took up on lighting, you know, because he's learned that. So DSM में आपको exposure तो हर चीज का मिलता है. Now it's up to you कि आपको किस पे ज्यादा leverage करना है, किस skill पे ज्यादा you know you really want to capitalize upon. So opportunities तो बहुत है, सच में बहुत है.
और I think कई चीजें because non-availability of the kind of work that you want to do as an actor वो नहीं है, so it kind of helps you to, you know, go beyond certain fixed ideas कि ऐसे ही करना है, ऐसे ही होता है या यही करना है. Like for me, just staying beyond the course in Mumbai wasn't working out for me somehow. So I had some very fixed ideas that, okay, I'm at this stage of life and I've left my job and I've invested, you know, itna 5-5.5 lakh rupiah just for the training, and plus almost another few lakhs for staying in Bombay for that 1 year. Now I have to stay here only. I have to make a name for myself as an actor only. But somehow things were not working out. So then, you know, I had a discussion, heart-to-heart discussion with some sensible people in my life. And they said, okay, if you are willing to come back to Delhi and if opportunities are showing up, let's say in teaching or working in another allied fields where you can apply this skill set, then why not? And then you can always go back to Bombay and work in the mainstream if you get a role, or if you want to still say, I still want to go pack my bags and land up in Bombay and give auditions for 1 year and see where it lands me. So एक वो भी चीज है कि सहज क्या हो रहा है, सरल और सहज तरीके से जो चीजें आपके सामने आ रही हैं, sometimes they are the right things for you in that moment and for that time period of your life. Unnecessarily forcing yourself to do something just because, as Archana said, Dheeraj said, कि ego में वो भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Because sometimes you might, because of not getting a role, you might delve into allied fields and you might make a career in that also. And you're like, wow, I'm enjoying it now. And few years back, I really couldn't think of myself in this field. So you never know.
Thank you for answering that.
And who knows, one day you might just get a call saying, oh, I heard you're an actor. Would you like to audition for this? So.
Yes. So we also have a few course-related questions. We have Arjun asking, how different is the current course from the previous courses? So I'll redirect this to Shruti, who is our program manager. Shruti, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Mansi. I'll answer this question, and probably this is the last question that we are going to answer because it's 5:43. And participants, if you have more questions, you can just write an email to us, and I will ask my course advisors to share the number in the chat box. I'm sure you are already in conversation with them, with Cherry and Genial and Delson, and they will help you answer your queries. Just quickly taking up Arjun's question that how this course that's starting in November is different from the other, like the courses that we had in the last few years. So if you guys imagine, like if you have played Lego blocks, it's just like we had a structure earlier. Now we've broken that into pieces and we've restructured it. That's what the exact difference is. However, there are certain things that we have changed. Yes, because this program is a blended program. We have 6 months of digital training, and then we have 4 months of residential program, in-person training in a residential space. So in the digital program, all those things that can be taught digitally have been added to that section, to that semester, and more focus is on your individual training. So while you start doing this after a period, like after 3-4 months, you still have to work on your individual self as actors. Here in the digital program, you won't be in one space with all the with all your batchmates, but you will be working in your own spaces. And the kind of format that we have designed, the online structure that we have designed works beautifully with this semester, this module that we have created for the first 6 months. Um, so yeah, so you will be working in your own spaces. A lot of focus is on your individual training, but the working style, the timings of the course is going to be the same. It's a full-time course. It's a full-time. It's basically it's 2 semesters: the digital semester and the residential semester. So in the residential semester, you'll work on like ensemble work. You'll do more ensemble work, improvisation, devising, things like that. And in the digital semester, the focus will be on your body conditioning and research and praxis, like dramaturgy, script analysis, and also movement classes. So that's the difference. And if you guys want to know more about how this particular course is different from what we used to offer earlier, please check out the webinar that we did last week. We have that last week webinar, we discussed in detail about what exactly is DSM curriculum and how we are teaching what we are teaching. I think that's going to help you a lot because the whole webinar is about the same thing. We will share the link with you. Also, just find time to check out DSM website and read about the alumni. They are doing multiple things. Some of them have started their own theater companies. Some of them are writing, directing plays. Some of them are doing backstage work. So there are multiple things that these people are doing. And just one very last thought after listening to everyone. And this was a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your views. This one last thought is, when you enter DSM, or not DSM, when you do training, you will be able to explore more aspects. You still don't know that what are the opportunities that await you. You still don't know where you will find interest. So after you do your training, you will be able to find, okay, I'm good at this as well. There were people in my batch who realized I'm good at writing, I'm good at directing also. So they've taken up these things when they graduated from the school. So that's also the thing. Like, you will be able to identify your passion in a better way when you do this training. So it's not just acting that's there. There are other things also that you can explore being an artist. So I think that's a very beautiful thing. So yes, do check out the website, read about all the alumni, what they're doing. And if you have more questions, like I said before, just reach out to us on our numbers. Cherry, Jinal, if you could just share your numbers. Yes. Thank you, Mansi, for sharing the webinar link, the last webinar link. Thank you so much. We also have a workshop this Saturday. This is conducted by Lakshika Pandey. She is a dancer and a movement trainer. And the topic of the workshop is developing body awareness. If you're interested, if you want to be a part of this, just reach out to us, join this workshop, explore things, learn things. It's going to be wonderful. I'm just telling you, this is what we're doing at DSM. This is what we have to offer you, and I'm sure you will love it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mahita, Dheeraj, Natika, and Archana for this wonderful conversation. Thank you, Mansi, for moderating it. And yeah, any closing thoughts from anyone?
Thank you, Shruti. And I just say कि guys apply करो, audition दो और select हो जाओ और फिर उसके बाद decide कर लेना join करना है कि नहीं करता है. But just do the process and I'm sure you will end up joining the school.
Yeah, don't be shy to apply and to go through the selection process. Just put yourself through it and see where you actually stand. You might just be surprised.
Try. If you don't try, you're exactly where you are. There's no difference. So try. It will be good.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Dheeraj. Thank you, Nitika. Thank you, Archana. Thank you, Mahita. Thank you, all of you, for showing up and listening to all of us, and wishing you all the very best for the process, and looking forward to you being in school soon. Thank you, everyone.
Mansi,
Have a good
and
day.
thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.